Whew. What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. I hope everybody's had a great hump day. Tomorrow's already Thursday, where we will literally be 1 week, one freaking week away from the NFL draft. It's hard to believe that we are already knee deep in April. It's crazy how fast time has gone by. You might notice I went ahead and I got myself on Amazon a little table here just to keep my stuff. So I put my football up here if I want to put a drink here and all that. If I were to smoke cigars in the house, I'd have an ashtray and my cigars here, but we don't smoke in the house, fellas. We know that. And I've been doing some other things here at this studio. When I get back home, I'll be doing some work on that studio and things there. If there's one thing I've learned in life, and this is, if you watch any of the survival shows, okay, there used to be some great ones on Discovery Channel. I can't think of the names and stuff, but like Dual Survival and stuff like that, different. I can't remember the names of them. But the thing that they always try to teach you, and the same thing I learned in Boy Scouts, okay? Yeah, I didn't get my Eagle, I was a Life Scout. Is if you're in a survival situation, what you want to try to do is A, signal people that you need help to get out of it, and B, always try to improve your situation. If you build a shelter, lean-to, you finally got, so you can keep the rain and stuff off, okay? Well, if you're going to be stuck out there even longer, build yourself a platform so you're not on the ground. So if it rains, the water will wash up underneath of you. Maybe you're going to be out there, it's going to get cold. Instead of it just being a lean-to, try and get another cot side on it. Put more layers onto it. Get some bedding. Do things to make it easier for you to survive. That's the goal of what you always want to do in a survival situation. And not just in a survival situation. Another thing you want to do, or at least something I've always learned, is no matter how good you do something, you always want to try to do it better. And you want to look at getting things that will make your job easier. And one thing I've learned is spending money. I don't care what something costs if it meets a criteria. A, will it make the job better? Will it be able to be faster or better production or a better piece when it's done? B, will it be able to grow as I grow? C, will it eventually be able to pay for itself? And if it does, if it meets that criteria, it doesn't matter what it costs. Because I've learned you can't do the job without the right tools. Well, you can, but it's not the same. It's like the difference of using a hammer and nails, which you can build a house, or having a pneumatic nail gun. Yeah, pneumatic nail gun's good, but you got a compressor that you got to have plugged in, and then of course you listen to a damn compressor. But if you end up getting that DeWalt nail gun, that 60-volt one, that you don't have to have a plug, you don't have to have a generator, you don't have to have an outlet. All you need to do is have your batteries charged, and as fast as you pull the trigger, as fast as those nails go down, your arm is not going to fall off at the end of the day from pounding in all these nails and all these old ass pieces of lumber. It's making the job easier, it's making the job more productive, and it's making it easier for you. It's worth the money. And that's the thing. As I go through my studio here, the things you do make it the job easier. It makes it look better. Because ultimately here, if you're doing the same thing over and over again and it's not succeeding, then you have to try something different. And if you don't evolve, if you don't evolve and change with the changing dynamics of the things around you, you will fail. You will be the dinosaur. And that's the one thing I wish I could teach the Joneses. They had a guy who was great at basically delegating the roles. He let Jimmy Johnson let his coaches coach. He let his play callers play, and they answered to him on the philosophy that he wanted. Jerry Jones, he took care of the sinking ship that was the Dallas Cowboys that were losing $2 million a month. He got the books balanced. He got them above board. He found new ways of revenue. This was a marriage made in heaven that unfortunately was made in hell after they won their second Super Bowl. The problem is the Cowboys, Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones, keep looking back to what was successful back in the 90s, not understanding that the dynamics have changed. Free agency wasn't part of the Cowboys the way it is now. The salary cap was not part of what the Cowboys did. And the Cowboys are opining to be back there where it was, instead of changing and understanding the dynamics. There are things, and this is where I had a great conversation today with Dan Salio. The Cowboys and the Eagles are more similar than they are different. The only difference is the Cowboys have been better at drafting people, better at developing their people, better at finding undrafted rookie free agents than the Eagles. The Eagles, as much as Howie is incredible with the cap and good at signing free agents, you can honestly look at it and say they're not so smart when it comes to drafting. I would love to be able to take Howie's cap guy and get a little bit of this, we need to bring some outside players to the Cowboys. If we could do that with the way they're able to draft, you'd have a constant team that would be challenging for Super Bowls. But unfortunately, we don't. And Stephen Jones and Jerry, how many times did Jerry say, when you're the owner, you can't fire. Yeah, and when you're the owner and general manager, you can't fire the GM. I must do better. I will do better. And we go through the same thing. And when we hear Stephen Jones literally say, we have to save the money for Dak and CD and Micah, okay, I get it. No problem. Then why aren't you giving it to him? Why aren't you giving it to him? If you just said you have to save the money for Dak, CD, and Micah, and that's why you can't sign anybody else, even though you'd actually create more cap room, why the hell aren't you spending on them? That's what I want to know. We keep doing the same thing year after year after year. Some days are more depressing than others. And today is one of those ones where it feels kind of depressing when you hear Stephen Jones talk. At least we have the draft. All right, good people. I am tired, and I got to get back to that farmhouse tomorrow. Done some work on the red brick house here on the outside, where it's really beginning to come together and look so much better than what it did before. Even planted, as my dad would say, some cabbages and some kale and some onions. Got the grass cut and feel good about the day. Remember, good people, don't forget to tell the people you love how much you love them, because you might not get the chance again. I love you guys. And God willing, I'll see you all tomorrow. Don't forget to tell the people you love how much you love them. Can't remember if I said that or not. I must be tired. Make sure you do. Peace out.